I always check my mirrors when I see I'm coming up to a set of lights or a roundabout, etc. I check my mirrors before I even start slowing down, because if the light's green and it's been green for a while, I want to know if I can safely brake hard if I have to for a amber light. Because you don't want to be suddenly braking hard for an amber light if there's a truck behind you, for example. Checks, and we're going to turn left at the lights up ahead. Got the bike lane here on your left, so make sure you shoulder check the bike lane before turning. Shoulder checking now. There we go. Concentrating on your turn. Left hand wheel track, closing the gap off on the curb. We're going to be turning left. First ahead, check these driveways. So anywhere there's bitumen touching bitumen, okay? On the oil slick there. Third driveway on the left, we're going to turn left. Yep, so this next driveway here, turning left, and we're going to pull into the bays on the right hand side just by the first tree. Yep. So just pull over on my right hand side, okay? What's going on? So clutch in and start downshifting. There we go. So what gear were we in when we came in? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that would have been, so what you should have done then, instead of coming, like, if you knew about that when you were halfway in the driveway, maybe just quickly clutch in and shift in the direction that you were planning on going to. Because for neutral, it took you a very long time there to actually get it back into gear then, so yeah, just clutch in and shift. That's pretty much it, okay? Oh, that's fine. Probably being very light on the gear lever. Be very deliberate, be firm, okay? You don't have to jam it down, obviously, but just clutch in, be firm with your gear shift, okay? Especially when you're going up your gears, a lot of people fall into the habit of just using their toes to lift it upwards, when they should actually be getting their boot under a little bit more and then lifting it up, just to get a bit more leverage on it, okay? So yeah, this is the licensing center. So when you come in, don't do it the way you just did it. We want to close the gap on the curb here, and we want to avoid that flat bit of concrete that sticks out from the curbing. When we come in here, because we know we're always going to turn right into the parking bays over here, so make sure you're to the right of those arrows when you come in, okay? Because the same sort of road rules, you want to kind of follow the road rules in a car park. They don't apply in a car park, but just follow them anyway, because you want to keep that habit going. So yeah, when you come in here, if you're turning right, be to your right. So like be to the right of the white arrow, okay? And then you'll be in the correct wheel track. Thing to look out for is the zebra crossing here. If anyone wants to cross that, must give way to them. Even if they walk up to it and they stop and then they wave you through, no, just stand there, just stay there and wait for them to cross, because they're the ones that have got right away. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to go back out this driveway again. We're going to go up to the roundabout and turn left. When we pull out from here, just pull out nice and close to the edge of the parking bays. Why are we shifting upwards? Okay, so don't put the bike into neutral, okay? Always keep it in gear. See how light you're being with that gear lever? Just clutch in, shift down. If it says 1 on the dash in the middle there, can you actually see the dash?
Yeah, it popped up there.
Yeah, So you're being awfully light on that gear lever. Just be firm. Just be deliberate. Shift down. Okay. And then mirror, indicate, look over our shoulder before we take off. And then off we go. Indicate, yep, indicate, mirror, shoulder check, and then we indicate to our left to go into the driveway here. And then we indicate to our right because we're turning out right. Yep, because he's got right away at the moment, and off we go. And we're going to turn left at the roundabout. Just be careful about being right on the edge of the road on a very wide road like that, because if you need to change your wheel track like you just did, you actually have to indicate. Because if you're moving more than 1.5 meters across, you actually have to indicate. Right hand wheel track here. We've got the medium strip in the middle of the road. Head check on the side streets. Off we go. Now this underpass coming up, I've had issues with an assessor about this underpass, so we're just going to do it the way that she wants. We're going to be going straight through the underpass, but our lane actually veers to the left a little bit as we go through the underpass. Now she seems to think that we have to indicate to our left when we're moving over to the left. So yeah, just indicate, shoulder check as you veer to the left, okay? Looking right, looking left, indicating to our left, looking over our shoulder. There we go. Even though we're only just following the same lane, we're not actually changing lanes or anything, we're just following the direction of the road. She just wants us to indicate. In the years that I've been doing this, not a single assessor has ever said we had to do that through there. Ever. Yeah. Oh, she's from Joondalup and she's rocking the boat. Alright, is that the right oncoming car? Moving to our left. And then we're going to do a U-turn at the roundabout, okay? Moving back to our right now. Now, the lights this time we are going to turn right, so we are going to go straight into the turning lane when we go through the lights, okay? And looking at the lights up ahead, the second step for example, see the lights on the right hand side where the yellow sign is? Next to the black fence on the right over there? That's the one that you want to be looking at. Okay, because it's nice and bright, we can see it quite clearly. Because this next right hand turn we're taking, sometimes it's just a green light, and then sometimes it's also a green arrow, so you just got to make sure you know which one you're turning at. If it's just a green light, then we have to give way to the vehicles coming through the other side of the light still. If it's a green arrow, we've got right away. Indicating for our turn. There we go. So now it's just a green light. So we can just move out just past the stop line and give way to these cars. Looking right, looking left. Didn't see a speed sign here, so we've got to assume that it's a 50. See where his wheels are? Look where you are. So on really wide roads like this, we tend to ride closer to the middle of the road than the edge. One, so we don't have to indicate when we're changing our wheel track positions. Two, so it's less tempting for cars to want to go around us. So don't follow the truck's wheels now because he's not driving in the very middle of the lane. Like, just stay just right or just left. So where should we be when we're turning left? Yep. Should be indicating at the moment. But yeah, if I'm not telling you there's a direction to go, there's usually a good reason for it. Because most of the time it'll be that it's a one way and we can't go any other direction. Oh, it's all good. First real trip, yes sir. Head checks. So the reason why I say wherever there's bitumen touching bitumen, it's just we want to train our brain to be actually looking for those gaps in the curbs. These driveways don't really matter too much, but definitely all the side streets for sure. Driveways like the Bunnings here, or that old Bunnings driveway, definitely check things like those. So they're usually quite easier than normal driveways. Alright, he's at the lights, we're going to turn left. Just be careful how early you indicate. Indicating now. Hand on the throttle just in case the lights suddenly change, so then we can just get up and go. Next set of lights, we're going to turn right, and then we're going to turn right at the roundabout. So you did that all backwards then? Indicate, mirror, shoulder check, okay? You shoulder checked, mirrored, indicated. So do it the opposite way around. So turning right at these lights and then right at the roundabout. So we're going to need the right-hand turning lane. Just stick all the way to your right through this entire area until we hit the roundabout, okay? The trick with this intersection is we've got the ambulance lane here on our right, so we've got to shoulder check that as well as check the intersection when we're turning here. Yeah, there is. Stay to your right though, yep. And we're turning right at this roundabout. The end here is a blind corner that bends to the right, okay? Now this is just the hospital car park, so those 30 signs are only valid up until this next speed bump. Once we pass this speed bump, we can go back up to our normal 50, because we'll no longer be in the car park. There's no sign saying that, but I've already confirmed it with the assessors. They really need to put another speed sign along here somewhere. Which car? No, you did everything right through there. I didn't see anything wrong. Yeah. Alright, so not this driveway but the next. We're going to turn right, and then we're going to reverse the bike into any of the parking bays on the right hand side. However you want to do it, it does not matter, okay? Yeah, however you want to do it, it doesn't really matter. The easiest way, so you don't have to walk it back so far, is just to kind of like do a little U-turn. Then you pick a bay, you stop, and then I only have to walk it back a couple of steps. But this has got nothing to do with your test at all, okay? This is just me wanting you to set up for how we're going to start the test. When you come back from your test and stuff like that, you're always just going to drive straight forward into the parking bay. But this is how we're going to be set up for the test. Yeah, so whichever way the assessor tells you to exit out from is the direction you're going to indicate before leaving the parking bay, okay? So we're going to go out this driveway to our right, and then we're just going to turn left onto the road the way we just came, okay? Alright, so when you're ready. With these alleyways here, best just to check them as well, because during the week can be lots of cars and trucks coming in and out of here. Best to be in our left-hand wheel track when we go over this bridge, because the assessors sometimes argue you can't see over the little bit of the hill that's in the bridge. And we need the left-hand wheel track anyway when we're going around the blind corner anyway. Yeah. At the roundabout up ahead, we're going to turn right. Okay, checking these little side roads. Now this roundabout, or the other roundabout that we exited out onto with this main road is 60, okay? So no matter which roundabout you come out first from the licensing centre, it's always 60 to start with. At the roundabout up ahead, we're going to turn right, and then we're going to turn left at the lights. Yep. Now, because we got the red light here and we got a bike lane on our left, just got to shoulder check the bike lane as well. So me, when I'm doing it, I look right, looking left, and as I'm taking off, I'll shoulder check the bike lane. With your revs, just try to get your revs up before you're taking off, before you let the clutch out. So always get your revs up first, then let the clutch out to the friction point. We're going to turn right at these lights up ahead, and then we're going to go straight through the following set of lights. Looking right, looking left. go, good choice. Stay where you are. When you're this close to the lights and stuff and this close to stopping, you may as well just commit to where you are, okay? And we want the left-hand wheel track through here anyway. Because after the next set of lights, there's actually a blind corner that bends to the right. So we're basically following this bus. Yeah, he just tells you left, right, and then you're just, it's no different from your lesson, really. Only difference is I'm telling you what's coming up at the moment. So then when you look back over your video, you can see all these little tricky areas and stuff like that. Right-hand wheel track here, because we've got the parked cars. And just as we pass this white car, we would normally move to our left there, yep. And then back to our right. So through there, a little bit of zigzagging going on, but that's sometimes what could be happening. Just exaggerating our safe riding position. Turning right here at the roundabout. So yeah, when you're braking, it's always front brake first, then rear brake, and brake together with both. And then when you're riding slow enough, just use the rear brake on its own. Alright, he's taking our next right-hand turn, okay? When we turn right here, try to get into your left-hand lane as soon as possible, okay? Now if you do this next part exactly how I tell you, you'll get it done the easy way, okay? So we're going to turn left at the lights, and then we're going to turn right at the following set of lights. When we turn left, do everything you normally do to turn left, but when we get onto the next part of the road, go all the way out to the right-hand lane, right-hand wheel track, okay? So moving over now for the turn. Turning left and then right at the next set of lights. So left-hand wheel track. Now we're going to go to the right-hand lane, right-hand wheel track. Yep. Head checking everything. Looking for trains. Yep, that was the instruction. Cool. So that's the easy way of getting that intersection done. So we can go into the bus lane like we did. Left-hand wheel track because of the oncoming cars. So yeah, we can go through the bus lane as long as our turn's within 50 metres of the like entering the bus lane. Okay. Stay to your left because we've got the blind corner here. Now if you go into the left-hand lane, we'll turn left at the roundabout. Now if you go to that left-hand lane when we first turned onto that street back there, you can do your lane change as you're crossing the train tracks if you need to turn right at the following set of lights. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So as you're going over the train tracks, you can do your lane change across the train tracks. No. Best staying here. Plus you've got the guardrail on your left anyway, so there's not really anything to worry about. So the next tricky spot that I'm taking you through